Hey everyone, welcome to the Supabase Auth tutorial series with Nextjs 15. In this tutorial series, you will learn everything you need to know about Supabase authentication, or at least most of it. So let's understand what is Supabase. But before that, we need to learn about why do we even need Supabase. Let's say you want to build a next big e-commerce site like Amazon. To build a website like that, you need to have some kind of server, a database, and authentication system. And let's say you are just a front-end developer. Building and managing all this stuff require different sets of skills, and also it requires a lot of time and money. And this is where services like Supabase comes to help you, which is also known as BaaS, backend as a service. Supabase is actually built on top of open source technologies. For example, the database they are using is actually Postgres behind the scene, unlike their competitor Firebase. Firebase is actually a Google Cloud product, but it is built on top of Google's own proprietary technologies. And since they are closed source, you will have a chance to get vendor locked in. And since Supabase is built with open source technologies, you will be able to self-host it, so you don't need to worry about vendor lock-in. And Firebase is also great. I really love this. I also have video tutorial series on Firebase Firestore and Firebase Storage. In case if you're interested, the link will be on the description. And like Firebase, Supabase also serves you some similar services like database, storage, cloud functions, and so on. In this tutorial series, we're just only gonna learn about Supabase authentication. Maybe in a later series, I will also talk about Supabase storage and Supabase database. So this video tutorial series will be divided into 7 tutorials. So in this video, we have got an introduction already of Supabase. Now we will set up our Nextjs project with Supabase. In the next video, we will learn how to add Google OAuth, basically a way to log in with your Google account. On the next video, we will do the same thing but for GitHub. After that, we will learn how to do authentication with email and password. We will also learn about passwordless authentication like Magic Link and OTP. And on the final video, we will learn about authorization, basically a way to protect our pages and API routes. So I'll be covering a lot of stuff in this tutorial series. All of the source code can be found on my GitHub repo. The link will be on the description. But before we get started, please consider like and subscribe to my channel. It really helps me a lot. So without further ado, let's get started. Alright, so first you need to go to superbase.com, log in with your new account, and you need to create a new project. And you might need to create a new organization first. So I have one. I'm gonna choose this. And the project name, I'm gonna call it Supabase Auth-YT. And you need to create a database password. Create new project. Now let's set up our Nextjs project. Okay, so I have a brand new Nextjs setup with Tailwind. Additionally, I have just installed a Tailwind UI library called Daisy UI. It is an awesome UI library just for styling. However, you don't need to use it, but if you want to learn about it, I have a crash course on my channel. The link will be on the description. And now you need to install two more packages for Supabase. So let's go to the documentation. So go to About Auth and go to Nextjs. Scroll down, setting up server-side auth for Nextjs. And these are the two packages, Supabase.js. And this Supabase/SSR. And the packages are installed, and you need to store the API keys. So let's copy this and go to the .env.local file. I guess I have to create it manually. And you need to replace this variable with your project URL and the anon key. You can get them from the project dashboard, and if you scroll down, here is your project URL, and this is the anon key. And these are actually public variable. They will work both on the client side and server side. So you need to make sure that the variable names are prefixed with this next_public. And now we need to create 2 more files for creating the Supabase client so that we can interact with Supabase. So let's create a directory inside the source called utils, then Supabase, then server.js, and another file client.js. We need to copy some code from the documentation. So just go to the auth documentation and then go to flows, then server-side rendering, and then creating a client. Here you'll see how to create the Supabase clients. If you scroll down, you will have this Next.js section. Then you have 3 options: client side, server side, and middleware. So first go to the client side, just copy and paste. This is actually TypeScript code, so I'm gonna paste it from my repo. And then for the server.js, again I'm just gonna copy it from my existing code. You don't need to understand any of this. Now our Nextjs project is ready to work with Supabase. So in the next video, we will learn how to add Google Auth in our project so that user will be able to sign in with their Google account. So that's it for today. Until then, stay safe. Goodbye.